So what did we discuss in the last class? Quickly, some of you can summarize.
So types of systems and introduction to LTI systems.
Okay, types of systems and introduction to LTI systems. Okay, what else?
How to model a system using impulse response.
Okay, how to model a LTI system using impulse response.
LTS.
LTS.
Yeah, so can that impulse response be used for non-LTI systems which are not linear and time invariant?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, I want a little bit better answer there. So can't you get impulse response at all for non-time in like non-linear or time variant systems?
Maybe, sir, but we can't
Yep.
use it for expressing signals.
We can't express.
We can't use the impulse response to find outputs for other signals.
Right, right. So impulse response you can always get delta n if you give as input. What you get output is called h of n, that is impulse response. You can get it, but through convolution you can't use it to find the response of any arbitrary signal x of n for that system to find out the output. That means you can't characterize a non-LTI system with impulse response. Okay, that means just impulse response alone doesn't characterize it fully. Whereas if it is an LTI system, impulse response alone will characterize it, because with that you will be able to tell what the output for any given signal x of n. Because if impulse response is found for any delayed versions of the impulse response or any scaled versions of the impulse response, you are already aware what will be the output. Thus, you will be able to find the response for any signal, because any signal can be expressed as a delayed and weighted combination of impulses. Correct? Is this understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Fine. So fine. What else did we discuss in the last class? Anybody else?
We covered a few properties of systems like linearity, time invariance, causality, stability, and all.
Right. Very good. So we discussed a few of the properties of LTI systems, such as linearity, time invariant, causality, and stability. Right. Very good. Okay. So now let us move on to the discussion on convolution. Okay. So we will have we will see with one or two examples how to find convolution. Okay. And then we will move on to the definition of discrete time Fourier transform. While discussing on discrete time Fourier transform, I will bring in whole like Fourier transforms once. That means what is the relevance of this discrete time Fourier transform with respect to the other Fourier transforms that you have already studied in your previous courses. We will also see what in general Fourier transform is doing. Okay, so we will see those aspects, and then we will discuss more specifically little more examples on discrete time Fourier transform and their properties and so on. Okay, fine. So I am now sharing the screen. So you're able to see this screen now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, just a minute. Let me off the camera there and then move here. Right. So you're able to see now the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
very good. So in the last class, what did we discuss? We have discussed that, say, if the delta n is given as input, the output of the system is impulse response to impulse function. Okay, that is h of n. Okay, we have also discussed that for any x of n, you can decompose this x of n into the set of impulses. Okay, weighted sum of impulses, delayed impulses, and using this, you can also relate that the output to any of the like impulse response and the delayed versions of the impulse response weighted by the corresponding signal magnitudes or elements. Okay, so this we have written as convolution. I also discussed saying that convolution is being defined here. Okay, so in general, other than signals and systems way of defining convolution, I don't think anywhere else the definition of convolution is very well brought in. This, after defining it here, it is used in different other frameworks. Even in recent convolution neural networks, people use convolution operation for feature extraction or some other purposes. We will see later with some understanding that will how this will relate to that and so on later. In probably may not be in this class, but in other classes. Okay, so now we also have seen how to find the convolution sum. So what we said is h of n minus k is there. K is a running variable. So what we are doing is k is a running variable. So it covers all the samples of the signal h of n. Okay. So thus what we are doing is we are flipping the signal first, and then we are placing at location n. This location n may be a advanced or delayed version of the 0 location, and we place it h of n after flipping at n location, and then we do element by element multiplication with the signal x of n, and then sum them to get the value of y of n at any given point. Okay, so we said we will take 1 or 2 examples to discuss this. Okay, so first let us take the simpler example. Okay, so let this be x of n be. So you people should quickly tell me now. Okay, so how do we find the convolution sum? Right, so x of n is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, h of n is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, since some of you or most of you know what will happen after convolution, okay, I will ask some questions before I start computing the things explicitly. Okay, what is the length of sequence of x of n here?
4.
4. So length of sequence, when I say, we see non-zero samples, right? So it is 4. And length of sequence of h of n?
4.
Is
4.
also, so length of sequence of y of n will be how much?
7.
7.
So if this is n1, okay, and this is n2 non-zero samples, okay, these are non-zero samples. Then y of n will have how much? How many non-zero samples?
n plus n1 plus n2 minus 1.
Okay, non-zero samples. Okay, n1 plus n2 minus 1 non-zero samples. Correct? So this is usually known thing, those who have done convolution before. Now we will see anyway. So let me see graphical way of doing first, because that will give us better intuition of the thing that we wish to do. Okay. So say which one do we want to flip? Say we try to go exactly by the expression y of n equal to summation xk. Okay, so xk h of n minus k, k varying from minus infinity to infinity. Okay, so that means covering all the non-zero overlapping region of x of n and h of n minus k. Okay, x of k and h of n minus k. That's what this means, right? So now let us start with x of n. So right. So let us start with x of n. So let me check with this. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3. This is n and x of n. Correct? Now say what should I do now? So h of n has to be first what? Let's assume that I have h of n here. Okay, I will sketch with another color here. So h of n, what is the height? So it is 1, 1, okay, 2 and 2. Okay, 1, okay. So is this fine or not? See, while computing convolution, the zero location of the signals h of n and x of n are also important. In fact, here I have not marked anywhere where the x of n starts. Okay, so usually how we mark is we put an arrow here. Okay, we also put an arrow here. Putting an arrow means this is zero location. That's where I am starting. If I put an arrow here in the third location, assume that I will erase this. But if I put an arrow here, it means what? If I put an arrow here for h of n, it means what? Where does it start?
That is a zero location.
Zero location.
Zero
Oh, so
location.
where does it start? So if say by chance if I have like this, okay, then where does h of n start? It starts
Minus
from
2.
right. It starts from minus 2,
Minus 2.
minus 1, yeah, 0 and 1. Okay, like that. So it should be clear to you. Okay, so now anyway, for the simplicity, I don't bring in those things now, but later we will see like you should be able to understand. In fact, there are some of the problems which will have non-zero starting also you should be doing later. Okay, so now let us see what we need to do first. See, k is a running variable. Okay, so even though here variable is n, okay, so when we do multiplication between signals, what we do is over k. So signal is now there in h of k rather than h of n. Okay, so n here is just indicating that at what location I'm computing, say yeah, let me see if I can show. Yeah, so it's okay. So at what? Yeah,
Sir,
tell
excuse me.
Madan, tell.
This is Vishnu, sir.
Yeah,
Vishnu
Vishnu,
Gandhi.
tell.
Sir, what do we mean by the non-zero samples, sir? You wrote non-zero samples.
Right.
Like
So,
if the signal is 1022, then the length of the signal is 3, sir.
okay, very good. Okay, fine, good.
This
Good.
non-zero
No,
samples.
not like that. Correct. So I think my notation here is so the number of samples you can take. Let me take off that non-zero here. Okay. So essentially, what I mean is the length of the sequence between the starting sample and the end non-zero sample. No, so yeah, a number of samples I will write. So is this fine now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Number of, I thought
yeah.
non-zero samples means if the sequence is 1022, we should only consider 122.
No, it's not like that.
Yes,
not
sir.
like that. So you consider 4 as the say you consider number of samples itself. Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, non-zero samples are very clear. So I think we will not write them explicitly here. In some other applications, but wherever we write non-zero samples, whatever you have said is correct. So in frequency domain, say for example, or in compression, if I want to count the number of non-zero samples and use the number of bits accordingly, then we count like that only. So even if there is a 0 in between, we don't count it as a active sample or sample to be coded. Right. Okay. So now let us move on here. So what we will do is now we have to flip, say h of minus k we should write first. So this is in some sense. Okay, so this is h of k. Okay, so h of n here. So we will write h of n, but please don't confuse between this n and this n. Okay, so otherwise if you people wish, I will better write here whole thing k. Because k is a running variable here. So in that way, similarly, we will write here x of k, and k is a running variable. Okay. Okay. So k or n doesn't matter at all. They're just a time variables, that's all. Okay, so they are running variables. Okay, so here n indicates what? So in the expression of convolution, n is what? In the expression of convolution, n is indicating what? What some of you can tell? What is that n is indicating? Say if I say n equal to 2, what does it mean? In expression of
Sample
convolution.
starts from
Shifting.
sample. Position of the sample, sir.
Output, sir.
Yeah, we are just finding out the convolution at corresponding location of n. Okay, output sample n. See, I will be finally, after doing whole thing, what I will be doing? So I will be plotting something like this, right? So I will be plotting y of n, right? So in that y of n at corresponding value of n, okay, what I will get? That is, say, finally after doing, I will be plotting y of n, right? So here, say it starts from 0, 1, okay, 2, and so on. Is it not? So also probably -1 and so on. Okay, so here what I get, so this is indicating n. Okay, so since I want to finally find n in y of n, so I made the variables for x and h as a dummy variables. Okay, because at this location of n, when I want to find at location of 0, I will concentrate on in this expression I will somehow put, okay, n equal to 0 and so on. So here n corresponds to the values of running variables of y. Okay, so fine. So now let us see. So h of minus k we want to write first, because h of minus k, because in this expression what you have is h of minus k. Okay, so now what is h of minus k? So can one of you tell what is h of minus k?
-3, -2, -1.
Yeah,
Sample.
so at 0, h of 0 and h of minus 0 are same. Okay, h of 1, h of minus 1 will be like this, so it will come at -1. Okay, and then -2
-3.
and -3. I will write here, okay, slightly this side. So yeah, -3, -2. Okay, so like this. This is h of minus k. Now what should I do? So I want to see for finding y of 0. Okay, if I want to find y of 0, what should I do? So I will write here the expression for y of 0. Okay, we'll start with y of 0. So what do I write? X of k into h of, what should I write here?
Minus k.
H of minus k, right? Okay, and now where summation, where did it go? From where to where? Ideally it goes from -infinity to infinity. Okay, but what is the active region of summation? So see, this is a x of k. See, this one is x of k, fine, and this one is h of minus k. Okay, so now to find y of 0, fine, what do I do now? I need to element by element multiply these two signals. Okay, and then sum all the elements in the overlapping region, okay, of these two signals after multiplication. So what is that value I get? So you people are able to see or not what I'm trying to do? So can one of the army officers can answer what will be y of 0 now?
It will be 0, sir.
Okay, will it be 0? So I will, yeah, 1. So I want
Value at y of 0, value will be 1. Sir.
Yeah, y of 0 value
0 will be 1.
because I think so. You are putting this like this, okay, and then trying to find the element by element multiplication.
Yes.
Okay, 0, -1, -2, -3. This is h of minus k. Okay, and this you want to multiply with respect to this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay, so you want to multiply these two, and then the element by element multiplication. So it is, say if you have two vectors in MATLAB, the notation is dot star. Okay, so you people started MATLAB or not? You people downloaded and started some of the MATLAB exercises? Yes or no? I am not hearing with any voice here.
Well, we're trying to install it, sir. Maybe 1-2 days we'll get it.
Okay, so did you people installed or not, first of all?
That software just I mean setup file installed, sir. Remaining it is around 12 GB, 13 GB it is coming, sir. Not
Right.
yet downloaded. Started downloaded. Maybe it takes 1-2 days, sir. It is 12 GB, na, sir. So it's taking more time.
Okay. See, I don't know. In your home itself, you are downloading, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think those who have broadband connection will be able to do quite fast, if I am correct. So none of you downloaded so far?
No, sir. Everyone stuck at that point only. Setup file we have installed. Remaining is downloading.
Okay, but say when can you confirm me after downloading? By coming Tuesday?
Yes, sir. We'll try, sir. Most of the people will try. I will definitely download, but remaining, I'm not sure because
Yeah, what I
many
will do
people
is
have
on
less internet access
Tuesday,
only.
right? On Tuesday, instead of making our other polls, so whether understanding is like you people have previously, when I used to send the video lectures, so I used to ask for the poll whether you people have seen or not. So how many I used to see in the class, and then whether you people have understood or not. So that used to be our poll at the beginning of each class. Now I will make a poll for whether you people have downloaded MATLAB or not. Okay, so that will be my first poll for the Tuesday's class. Because I think as I conveyed, having a downloaded version will make you much more comfortable to learn it. In MATLAB, you can visualize many things. Okay, so of course, solving some problems is very important and you will be doing it anyway. I think you started doing it, right? So assignment, is it, each of you have seen the assignment that is uploaded by Vaishnavi?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Signals and systems basics, right?
Right. You people finished?
Yes, sir. Today.
Today you will finish. I will make a poll for that as well. So how many have finished by coming Tuesday? So I don't know when is the submission date.
It is
15th?
given as 15, sir.
Yeah, 15th means Wednesday, is it? So right. So Tuesday I will make a poll for both of them. So what I suggest is you do those who have anyway, these are very basic assignments. Each of you should be able to do independently as well. Okay, so without even discussions, you should be able to do. If necessary, you can discuss, but I don't think there is much to discuss there. Okay. Yeah. So these are the two things that I will do in the next class. So warm-up exercise also you should start. So I will, if you people have downloaded, I will ask how far you have come in warm-up exercise. Okay. Some percentage you should be able to give. Okay. Fine. Okay. So now if you see element there in MATLAB, if there is a one vector starting like this, another vector starting like this. So here one vector is 0, 0, 0, 3, 4 zeros or 3 zeros. And then it starts 0, say 1, 2, 3, 4. That is one vector. Another vector is 2, 2, 1, 1, and then 3 zeros. Okay, you are able to understand what I am writing. So in vector notation, when I write, okay, so this will be say as if I just write vector notation. Okay, so 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here it is starting. This is x of n or x of k. Okay, so here h of minus k, if I write, it is okay, minus 3, -2, -1. Sorry. What am I writing? Is it correct? Is it correct? No answers.
No,
Are you
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah. Are you people understanding what I'm writing or? Yeah. 0, 0, 0. So what I have written here? So where it starts? Where is it? 0 here. Okay. So here 0 location
1.
vector of x of k or x of n. Okay. Here it is vector of h of minus k. These two vectors I am doing element by element multiplication and summing them. Okay, just like a vector dot product. Okay, so you people are able to relate this to dot product or not? Okay, so in fact, signals and systems, signal processing has very elegant linear algebraic like interpretations. If you want to in fact scale up to image processing, only the matrix based understanding and the linear algebraic understanding will help you greatly. Okay, so otherwise also you can understand, but all the Fourier transforms, everything can be put in nicely in terms of say some matrix vector operations, and even more elegantly using say orthogonal matrices and so on. Okay, so some of the properties of linear algebra you can use to understand them quite effectively. Eigenfunctions, all those things will come into picture also later. Okay, so fine. So for time being, you're able to see, right? So this is x of k, this is h of minus k, element by element multiplication here will give me what is the value? So here y of 0 here is equal to x of k, if I consider it as a vector, okay, dot product with h of minus k. Okay, so you understand or not? So I will write like this. Have you seen this notation anytime? Huh? Comma will be there. Have you seen this notation anytime? I am not hearing at all.
No, sir.
You
No,
have
sir.
not, huh? You have not seen
No,
this
sir.
notation? Huh?
No,
So
sir.
if this is a vector and this is also a vector, okay, two vectors inner product is usually shown like this, or x is a vector into h transpose. Okay, so both are vectors. Fine. X is a vector and h transpose is a vector. Fine or not? Okay, so that's what you get at y of 0. Okay, fine. So what its value now? Inner product after doing all this, its value is
1.
1. Okay, so its value is 1. Okay, now let us move on to the discussion on. So those so quickly I request you people to do, say I will directly ask. So I will not do every element. So I will let us now try to find y of 2. Okay, we'll skip 1. Y of 2 we will try, or y of 3 itself we want to try. So y of 2 we will try. It's okay. So y of 2. Okay, what should I write y of 2? K equal to minus infinity x of k into h of, what should I write? Y of 2.
2 minus k.
2 minus k.
Okay.
2 minus k I can write. 2 minus k. Okay. So now what should I do for computing this? Graphically, if you want to do, I will write now h of, okay, h of 2 minus k I have to write. Right? I have to show. Or I want to show h of minus k plus 2. Is this fine or not? Minus k plus 2. Okay. So now how do I plot this h of minus k plus 2?
First,
So let
minus
this
Minus 5
zero.
started at -5.
Yeah, I should advance it by
2.
minus k.
2.
Okay, so this can also be written as, I will write here, h of minus k minus 2. Okay, so if I want to write it as a first operation as the flipping, then I will write h of minus k minus 2 within bracket. If I want to write in bracket, then minus of minus will come. You people are understanding what I'm trying to write here? Is this clear? So
Yes, sir.
this one, if I want
Yes,
to
sir.
now, yeah. So first operation minus k anyway I have done. So second operation I want to do, so it will come within. So this is now the second operation. Okay, which will affect only k or only n or only t. Okay, so this is the first operation. Okay, you can go back and check. So now what should I do? How do I sketch it? How do I sketch it?
Right shift h of n by 2.
Sorry.
H of minus k we have drawn, will right shift it.
Yeah. So it will start from where you tell. It should start from
Minus 1.
-1.
very good. It will start from -1. Okay, because this will shift by like this. Okay, so this is 2 and this is 1. Okay, and this is anyway fine. So now what I want to do now, I want to do this x of k into dot star what? This one. So can now some of you give quick answer for this into, so what I want to find is y of 2. Directly I wanted to find here. So the so I will sketch x of k again here for the sake of easy reference. Yeah. So now tell me what is the answer. So I request now one of the again army officers to tell. Yeah, tell actually. So what should I do? This is what I have plotted here. This is
It will be 7.
k. This is, yeah, this is k and this is x of k. Okay, we have not changed anything on x of k, but this is what. So now what I am trying to do, so y of 2 here is equal to inner product between x of k. Okay, inner product is nothing but dot h of, okay, k 2 minus k. Transpose you can consider, both are vectors. So under bar or upper bar indicates their vectors. Okay, so if you just say signal as a vector, this is what is this. If there is a finite signal, you can do this. Okay, so now this is what is y of 2. This is equal to, so this is explicitly the summation which is there above. So in the overlapping region we multiply and then sum. That's all, right? So what is the answer? 2 into 1 plus 2. Okay, 2 plus 2 plus
3.
3. So what is the answer now? Y of 2 equal to
7.
7.
2 plus 2 plus 3, which is equal to 7. Okay. Similarly, you will be able to find, okay, y of 1, okay, and then y of 3. Up to where do you think, so y of 0 we have already found. Up to where do you think actually non-zero things will come?
Y of 7.
Y of 6.
I will
Y of
shift,
6.
yeah. So I will shift this by, yeah. I can shift this by up to 3. Okay, so 6 times I can shift. Okay, so even after that there is one overlap. But if I shift by 7th time here, there will not be any overlap. Okay, so up to y of 4, y of 5, okay, and y of 6. Okay, these are non-zero. Okay, non-zero pixels or non-zero, sorry, samples in y of are the samples that you, number of samples in y of n in are these to be computed. Okay. Okay, so I leave it to you. You people compute. So those who know a little bit of some easy methods can write this also in terms of a nice say matrix form, and you can multiply. So I think roughly it follows like this. Say initially I started with this is 0, right? So those who write in matrix form, I think might have seen this kind of thing. This is say, so you have actually in x of n 4 samples, n1 samples, and x of h of k or h of n you have n2 samples. So you write it with say n1 plus n2 minus 1 samples. Okay, so then you start, this is in some sense what you have written here is x of n. Okay, so x of k otherwise. Okay, so you write h of minus k first. That means, so you can start with the flipped version, that is same so this is what previously, right? So you start with the flipped version. So that is, so this is just a simplified version of doing. So 2, 2, 1, 1 and 0, 0, 0. Okay, so then h of 1 minus k is simply you shift it. Okay, so you come, it appears like a circular shift. Okay, so those later you can interpret with other things. Okay, h of 2 minus k, you can write it as 0, 0. So you people have seen this before or not, anybody? This kind of computation. Can you people guess what I'm trying to do here? Okay, and then h of 4 minus k you can write like this. Okay, it is not even circular shift, you are pushing like that. Okay, so the remaining things anyway are 0 here, so we are not writing. Okay, so remaining things here are 0, so when you do element multiplication they are anyway 0, you are not writing. H of 5 minus k. So here you can directly write the y of n. Okay, so your y of n for n equal to 0 you will get here. Okay, from this table. So how do you get the element multiplication of x of k? This is actually, this we will write in this common for all. Okay, with respect to this we are multiplying. Okay, y of n at n equal to 0, at any n equal to 0 is, so here n equal to 0 for n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3 and so on. Okay, and then here you can see that actually it is element by element multiplication. You can do 1 and then you can similarly do this way, this and this element multiplications. Okay, that you will write here as whatever answer and so on. Okay, so you people are understanding what I'm discussing here or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, instead of graphically showing like this, you can also make a matrix with non-zero elements, the range roughly capturing the non-zero elements from x of k. So initially you need to properly put in x of k and h of minus k. Okay, from then on you can just simply move h one, like advance each h and then multiply with x of k and write the values of y of n. Okay, so at any point of time, so n equal to 5 here. So here the answer, say what you do is, so here the answer is for n equal to 5, this is x of k minus k, which is there in the here. So we will better write probably this x of k in black. Okay, x of k and then multiply with h of minus k. That's all. X of minus k into h of 5 minus k. You are doing the same process. See, in any of the easy methods of doing convolution as well, you will be doing the same methods. Either even in when you compute through expression or through graphically also, you are doing the same method. Every time you are doing the same process. Only thing is the way you people depict or like the procedure is slightly different. Okay, so whichever you feel comfortable, either you can go graphically or you can go like a matrix form. Okay, or you can go like a, so here if you want to write as a matrix form, what will happen is, this is h of x matrix. Simply this x of k, I will put like this as a vector. Okay, so I will probably okay, yeah, little now you given this, so these are all you can write. Okay, all shifted versions of h. Okay, so here you can write a matrix of x. Okay, so it starts from 0, 0 and so on. Okay, so I will not write here, just to I will leave it here. Okay, and is equal to, hope you people are understanding what I am trying to tell. I don't know whether you people are understanding or
Sir,
not.
understanding, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So here what I am getting is y of n. Okay. Y of n. Okay. So this is just a I constructed a with shifts, appropriate shifts, H matrix. Okay, and then each time I'm multiplying with x of k. Okay, and then I will get y of. Okay, so like this also you can do it. So I'm just essentially doing the same process. Okay, considering the like overlapping regions little carefully. That's all. Okay, so I will leave it here. So its dimension, this dimension of this matrix will be roughly how much? This H matrix, whichever I have constructed with shifts. What is the dimension of this matrix? Can some of you tell?
7 by 7.
Yeah, n1 plus n2 minus 1 cross. Okay, n1 plus n2 minus 1. Okay, and this dimension is, this dimension anyway is n1 plus n2 minus 1. Same is the dimension of yn. Okay, so like something like that. So you people can now elaborate on this. I am not fully filling all these things. Okay, fine. Okay. So for any finite samples, say signals with finite number of samples, you can do this. Okay. So now let us move on to slightly different example. Which are more common in fact. Okay, so that we get in this signal processing kind of courses. So let x of n, that is the other example we thought of. X of n is equal to a power n u of n. Okay, and h of n is equal to u of n minus u of n minus 10. Okay, fine. So now for this, we will anyway go graphically first. Okay, later we will see through expression as well how to do it. Okay, so now how does this x of n look like? X of k I will say here to give a better clarity for us. Okay, so where does it start? And mod a is less than 1. Where does so it starts at 0. Okay, so and then so it is like this. So I assume that it starts somewhere. And see, this is a discrete signal, so it's fine. I will draw discrete signal, but don't strictly follow the say n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, because I think every time taking 10 samples for me is difficult. Further, I think I will even prefer to draw a continuous signal. Okay, so I will envelope of the discrete signal. Okay, so I will not draw the explicit signal. Instead, I prefer to draw the envelope of the discrete signal. So I will. Okay. Yeah, samples, let us assume that they are like this. Okay, will it be decaying exponential or not?
Yes, sir, decaying exponential.
Yeah, decaying. Yeah, real exponential. Okay, so it's okay. So it's like this. So it will come. So it will be something like that. I will sketch the envelope with so it's like this. Okay, so right. So now right. Okay, so now what we wish to do is, so let this be say for sake of simplicity, I will just skip the things and directly say that this is 10 and so on. This is 10. Okay, this may be say 20. Okay, this may be say 30 here and so on. Okay, so now what we want to do is, this may be 5 somewhere. Okay, so there are some intermediate stuffs which are skipped. Okay, fine. So and then we will also show this side, and this side is minus 10. Okay, minus 20 and so on. Okay, so now what is h of n? So what should I do to find the convolution? So now what I want to do is, I want to write say y of n values here. Okay, for different values of n, and h of minus k I would like to write first. How should h of minus k look like?
Minus 9 to 0 unit impulse.
Yeah,
First step.
correct. Minus 9 to 0. H of minus k. The value is 1. How much? Value is
1, sir.
1, sir.
minus 9, 0. Okay, so it is roughly all through, in between it is there. Okay, so it's there. Right, so now what we will do is, so this gets element by element multiplied here, so I will get here, okay, y of 0. What is the value of y of 0? I request anybody who has not spoken today to answer. Okay, what is y of 0 here? Yeah, quick
1.
answer is so
1,
it
sir.
is, yeah, it is 1. Okay, so you are able to tell specific answer here. Very good. Okay, so now let us see. I will move on. Okay, so I will move on to say, for example, n equal to, so here n equal to 1 here. N equal to 1 here. So I will move on to n equal to say 5. Just for then the signal here is so how do I write now? If it moves to the n equal to 5 or n equal to 6 even. Okay, so how do I write now?
Minus 4 to 5.
Minus 4 to, yeah, minus 4 to 5. Okay, and it is equal to 1. The value is 1. But how do I write y of n? Y of n is equal to, what should I write? Huh? What should I write? Yeah, some answer is expected.
Summation of k equal to 0 to 5.
K equal to 0 to 5. Okay.
X
And
of
then,
k into.
okay. X of k into that story is fine. So by anyway, we explicitly substituted what is this. So this expression is now
A power n
power
into u
k.
of k.
Okay, u of k. U of k is also taken care. A power k u of k, but a power k u of k. Where is the play of u of k comes? So what is the influence of u of k, and how should I write the summation now? So between, say, this is h of, so this is, if we explicitly want to write, what is this h of what? H of what?
H of 5 minus 2.
Right. And then what I want to write now? Y of n at n equal to 5. Okay, this is what I want to write. Okay. So what should I write? You tell me. Some of you, those who have not answered today. So what should I write?
A power k, sir.
A power k, very good. A power k. Okay. Anything else?
Into 1, sir, but yeah, doesn't imply.
Yeah, into 1. Whether you write it or not, it doesn't matter. Okay. A power k. A power k. Okay. But where is u of k has gone? Say into 1, you are saying that is for h. Okay, this is h of, okay, 5 minus k role. Okay, this is for h of 5 minus k. But where is u of k going? Where is the role of u of k? Yeah, can somebody tell?
So we are taking k is equal to positive values. So
Yeah, so role of u of k is in this. Okay, so this is what is indicating. Okay, so u of k. So given by, guided by u of k. Okay, taken care by u of k. Fine. Okay, so that is fine. So now like this we will write. So this is for what region of k does this expression is valid? Say what region of n? So see n equal to 2, same thing will come or not? So I want to write a general expression for y of n now, and I want to also specify its range. Okay, a power k in this form. Okay, summation n equal to, so r k equal to 0 to, I want to write some summation n, for example, and this is for what range of n? Can I get an answer or not? What is the range of n for which this expression is valid? Graphically, you can't see and tell up to what like range of n this expression is valid. Say if I shift this, this is the n, right? So if I shift this up to what value, will this expression be directly valid? Up to
0 to 9.
0 to?
9.
I'm not hearing any answers.
0 to 9.
Right, very good. 0 to 9. Is it less than or equal to? And greater than or equal to? What are these things? Greater than.
Equal to.
Yeah, right. Okay. So that is fine. So okay. So now this is the one expression. So starting for n less than 0, what is y of n? Another thing to see here is
0, sir. For n less than 0, y of n is 0.
right, because for n less than 0 there is no overlap. Okay, so when we want to graphically do it, we start from, say, for writing y of n. Okay, where do we start from for writing y of n? So for n less than 0, okay, y of n is equal to 0 because there is no overlap at all. Okay, then we start for n equal to 0. Okay, we have done it. Fine. So n equal to 0 is this, right? So not n equal to 1 here. Okay, for n equal to 0, we have done it. Okay, so then after n less than 0, n equal to 0. Then n equal to 5 we have done, but we have written now our range from 0 to 9. So what is the next range to consider? Say we will take something, okay, which is greater than, so just visually look and tell. So I will now move it to this location at any arbitrary location. Okay, I will directly overlap here just for my, just quickly. So if this is here, so what should I write? Can some of you tell? Should we again draw it? So first let me draw this. So let this be. Okay, so this is 5 is this is 0. Let this be our 20. So you people have next class?
No, sir.
No. So you people should tell in case if you people have next anytime next class. Okay, any of you please tell. Because I think that too these are given the introductory things. I may take little more time, and sometimes I may not note also exactly the time. Okay, so now for the range greater than 9, what should I write? Some of you can guess. I think there is some. Yeah. Let this be 20. Yeah. And let this be 30. Okay, let this be 30. See, what I suggest is when we are doing the class, you all, I don't know whether you are watching the class or doing the with the class. Because anyway, see, I am not bringing the, either I am not giving the recorded lectures or I am not giving a already like written notes here and then just explaining it. Okay. So in fact, it would be very nice if you people also keep your notes with you and work out along with me. Okay, you may work out even ahead of me because I think you need not explain, right? So at your places, so you will be able to work out reasonably fast, even compared to me. And then it gives a better full utilization of the class. Okay, because just listening anyway, you can listen. Okay, but I think that is not expected. So what I'm sketching here, okay, so this is now there is a anyway. So what is that I'm sketching here? This is u of n. Okay, this is x of n, x of k, and this is h of what? H of what is this h of? No answer. All of you are busy in participating, like are
30
listening or
minus K,
what?
sir.
H of
30 minus K.
30 minus k.
Yes, sir.
I am not answering answers. I am not listening answers. Some other informal discussions I am listening. Yeah, is it 30 minus k? Correct. So it has gone up to here, right? 30 minus k. Okay. So now if I want to write this expression, so what is y of n? So if I want to write, so what is n now at this location? What is the value of n? You tell quickly which you know.
Summation of K equal to 21
N
to
equal to what? N equal to
30.
Okay, so now we want to write y of 30. Okay, so so yeah, tell what is the y of 30? Okay, summation k equal to. So what should I write? What should I write here? Yeah, I want someone to answer quickly.
summation of K equal to 20 to 30 K power K.
Yeah, summation k equal to First tell what is this, within this I have to write. Summation or what? You people are there or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We are there, sir. We are listening.
So what should I write here? Summation over? A power k, and then k equal to n is 30 here, so 32, okay, 30 minus 10,
Yes, yeah.
okay, so this is equal to, so for any n, arbitrary n, y of n here, okay, k equal to, so n minus 10 to n, is it correct? I think, okay, 29. So here it is, n is not 30, it is 29. Okay, so otherwise we should change the indexes. So if we keep this 30, okay, then this is 21. Okay, so this is, so n minus 9. Okay, so it is n minus 9 to, so n. So I don't know whether you people after doing, so is it communication problem here or you are not clear on what to say?
Sir, instead of this, can we do the direct method, sir? Instead of graphical method.
You can do it. See, there are different ways you can do it. Anyway, we'll do it mathematically. But by looking at the graph, you should be able to tell readily. So it is not that, say, for example, if I know only one method, I will do only in that method and understand only that method. Okay, don't like I will not be able to express in another method. It should not be like that, right? So why is this clear or not? So when I want to write y of n here, what is the overlapping region? So 21 to 30 here. Okay, because the sample length is 10 units. Okay, so and then 30 to 30 minus 9. Right? And then because
Yes,
10 samples are covered now, the summation within this is anyway all the time I'm summing over. So in say the h of n is always 1 here. So I don't bother. U of n is taken care in terms of the limits. All U of n's are taken care in terms of the limits. Okay. And what the within summation over expression I have is over a power k. Okay. So that you should be very clear. So each term, where does it come from and how you are writing and so on. Finally, for a general expression, this is what I write. Fine. This is for n less than or equal to, what is the range for n? 9 to infinity. Okay, so greater than 9. Or n greater than 10, you can say. Okay, or equal to 10. Fine. So this will go on. So anywhere. So now this can also be done through mathematical expression, as you people said. So y of n, I can write it as x of k into h of n minus k, where the summation over k minus infinity to infinity. Okay, and this is equal to summation k equal to minus infinity to infinity. What should I write now? Mathematically, if I want to do, mathematically, if you wish to do, how do we do it? X of k is what? A power k, u of k, and h of k is
U of k minus
n minus, so u of
k
n,
minus
yeah. So I will write with probably different color.
U of n minus k minus
U of n minus, sorry, n minus k, n minus k minus u of
n minus k minus 10.
minus 10. Okay, so fine. So this is what you have. Okay, so now So now, how do we simplify this? This summation k equal to, say, u of k, which are easy terms, we will take it. Okay, so this first let us influence the summation. So then 0 to infinity. Okay, because it is very clear, all negative values are gone. A power k into, okay, u of
Sir,
n.
sir, instead of shifting h of n, can
Yeah,
you
you
shift x of n, sir?
yeah, you can do that. You can do that as well.
It will be
Okay.
easier, I think, sir. Instead
Yeah,
of
it will.
shifting h, we can shift x.
Yeah, you can do it. That is also fine. That is also reasonably fine. Okay, so let us anyway complete this since we started this. Either you can do n minus k minus 10. Okay, so now what should I do? I should now keep the limits. K equal to 0 to infinity, a power k. So how do I take these limits now? So I can split into two components, u of n minus k, okay, and summation k equal to 0 to infinity, okay, a power k into u of n minus k minus 10. Okay, because I think anyway it follows summation is linear operation. Is this fine or not? So now will you be able to tell quickly
Yes, sir.
what I will get the answers?
Summation k equal to 0 to n a power k.
0 to
N.
n. Okay, because if it exceeds n, it will be negative and this will be 0. A power k minus summation
Summation of
here
k
k equal to
equal to 0 to n minus 10
0 to n minus
minus 10.
n minus 10. Very good. N minus 10 a power k.
A power k.
This is the answer for y of n. Is this same as what we got or not? Huh? Is this same as what we got or not? This, see, first 10 terms anyway are common in both. First 10 terms means 0 to 9. So explicitly if I want to write for any n, okay, I can write it as k equal to 0 to n minus 9. Okay, so if n is greater than 9, then this will come into picture. Okay, a power k. If n is less than 9, only those many terms. So n is 5. Is this fine or did we miss anything? Zero to n here. Okay, so I think we can't directly write like this because I think if n minus 10 is so if, say for example, from here, if n is less than 0, anyway none will come. Okay, so here assuming that in each of these things, what we are assuming, 0.
Sir, the limits will go from 11 to n, sir. Since we are subtracting this second expression from the first expression.
Yeah, just a minute. And the first expression is 0 to n we have written.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, k can go all up to n. Okay, so in that case, what will happen is, so but actually we are making an assumption that n is positive. Okay, so we are making an assumption that in writing this, okay, n is greater than 0 in this while writing these things. Yes or no? Am I making an assumption that or not while writing these expressions explicitly? Yes or no? Because see, if n is negative, okay, so n is negative means what? Then k is only starting from 0, so whole thing is negative. So this is 0 and this is also 0. So I am assuming that n is greater than or equal to 0, else say y of n equal to 0 else. Okay, so that condition is also there. Is it clear or not? I need the. So Kartikeya, is this clear? Is there?
Yes, sir, I am there.
Yeah, is it
Sir,
clear or
you
not?
can simplify the expression for
I will
summation of n
simplify.
equal.
Yeah, we will simplify, but this expression from here to here, is it correct? Is it clear or not? I'm asking. From here to here, is it clear or not? Okay, for n
Yes,
equal
sir.
to, oh, because see, you should very clearly see, even while writing, see, one more thing. So while writing the expressions, you should, in fact, define the range a priori itself. So this expression is valid only if, say, for anyway, you can initially itself see these two and say that for n less than 0, it is 0. And you are writing this expression only for, okay, for n greater than 0. Okay, so in that way also you can start. While writing itself, you can say that y of n equal to 0 for n less than 0. Okay, this is just by observation. Okay, and then you can start writing this expression. Okay, otherwise also this is taken care. But from here to here, when you write, when you are dropping this u, you should be very careful. Okay, because otherwise, see what will happen. If 0 to n means even it minus 2, it will sum off. Okay, so we are considering that n greater than 0. Till here there is no problem. Say till this expression there is no problem. Okay, for any n it works. Okay, this works for all n. Okay, but whereas this doesn't work for all n. This works. So this expression works only for n greater than or equal to 0. Okay,
Yes,
this
sir.
should be very clear. Else it is 0. So for others, else or for else means n less than 0. Okay, it is 0. So this you should be clear. Now you can simplify. Okay, so now you can write y of n equal to. Okay, so now since n greater than or equal to 0 already is given. Okay, so if say the second expression, see even in this two expressions, there are expression 1 and expression 2. So this expression is valid for all n greater than 0. Okay, this expression is valid for what? So from here, when you write to here, okay, this expression is valid for what? N greater than or equal to
And
10. Okay, so this expression is valid only for n greater than or equal to 0, 10. So in fact, if you want to strictly write, this expression is valid for n greater than or equal to 10. Okay, so you from here, so up to writing here is very nice. From here to each individual things, I think we should in fact break into 3 regions and write. Okay, we should not even directly jump and write this. Okay, that you should be careful. In fact, this is the common important thing that has to be considered when you do with expression. Okay, doing with expression is simple, but thing is the limits you should be very, very careful. Otherwise, you will go wrong completely. Graphical thing, in my view, you will mostly don't go wrong. Only thing is you should know what clearly what to write. Okay, each of the individual terms, etc. In the overlapping region, you should know how to write. Okay, that's the only the thing. Otherwise, graphical thing very easy to break into regions. Okay, and write even the the expressions as well by looking visually. Okay, so now essentially, so given all this, I will write now 3 different conditions. Okay, so for n less than 0, y of n is 0. Okay, for n, okay, because these two conditions are different regions, I am writing the first this region 10. Okay, in this region, what is y of n? Y of n is equal to what?
sigma k equal to 0 to n. A
0
power.
to n, a power k. Okay, because this is only valid for, okay, n greater than or equal to 0, in fact, and n less than 0, or less than or equal to 10, because the second term will come after n greater than 0. Okay, so here no equal to sign. Okay, so for n greater than 0, n greater than or equal to 0, the second term also will come. Okay, now for n what is the range I should write here?
n greater than 10.
n greater than 10.
Yeah, greater than or equal to 10.
Greater than equal to 10.
Yeah. So here, in fact, it is only less than 10. Okay. So now what should I write here? Y of n is equal to k equal to 0 to n a power k minus summation k equal to what? N minus, sorry, 0 to n minus 10. N minus 9. Right? N minus 10. Okay. After this is n minus 10, but after that we will get n minus 9. Is this clear or not? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes,
then
sir.
both will come now because in this range. So now you can write, simplify easily. What is this answer now?
N minus 9 to n. A power k.
Okay. For here, this you should note for n greater than 0 or equal to 10. Okay. So this is how you should write. Okay. So range 1, 2, and 3. Okay. For considering all the range. Okay. So now this whole expression in some sense is there in this. So this in fact is a very good way of writing. So in other words, if you don't want to simplify, if you want to put it in this way, okay, so this is a better way, okay, to capture the things. Fine. It captures all. In fact, it captures
Yes,
all
sir.
n minus 0 also, like n less than 0 also. But when you write when you are removing the u, you should be very careful. Okay, so u plays a major role in limits, setting the limits. Right. Okay, so is this fine now? So this is how you calculate the convolutions. I think you might have experimented with several examples in your BTech. So I will leave the convolution calculations now. The remaining things you can take care in the assignment, and few more things from the textbook also you practice. Those who have not done extensive like evaluations of convolutions, they're very important. So though we don't explicitly ask you to compute convolutions in many times, but they are in fact needed for many of the, say, for subsequent problems. Okay, so even if I ask you to find what will happen in frequency domain, okay, so how do you find the response of a system either in time domain or in frequency domain? So all these things somewhere or the other you need to know how to compute convolution very well. Okay, so with this we will stop our class now today for today. Okay, and then we'll meet again on Wednesday. If you have any questions now, you are welcome to ask. Yeah, any questions? Any further questions? So if you have no questions, we will close the class. Okay, keep
Yes,
going.
sir.
Yeah, keep going with the
Sir.
assignments, and yeah, ask.
So we have to change the settings for this Bloom meeting, sir. This class only, Friday class.
For the Friday class,
We
anyway,
have to change.
yeah, I will change the settings
Yeah, yeah.
to it. Right. Okay.
And one more thing, in the last class, you told to we will upload DTFT, sir. DTFT class note.
Yes, that also I will send.
Yeah.
Right. Good.
So these two.
Yeah. Thanks. Then if there are no other things, we can close the class. Yeah. Thank you.